All right, if you couldn't tell, this is a big subwoofer, so if you can get somebody to help you out, trust me, it'll be worthwhile. But inside the box, we get some documentation here, and here we have the power cord. Hallelujah. Now, size-wise, for the enclosure itself, we are looking at about 19.5 inches in height by 19.5 inches wide. And depth-wise, we are looking at, again, 19.5 inches deep. So this is a 19.5 inch square in all directions if we're measuring just the enclosure itself. Now, one major change from the previous 16 Ultras are going to be the new grills. So this grill is just a standard peg and little notch fitting on the subwoofer itself. So that gigantic metal grill that was on the 16s is now gone. This is just your standard plastic frame, and it's wrapped in the acoustically transparent fabric. And then you do get the SVS logo right there on the bottom edge. And again, this just fits right inside the little notch on the subwoofer itself. I know a lot of people hated that big metallic grill that was on the previous generation, but I kind of like the previous one a little bit better than this one. This one, I'm not saying it feels cheap or anything, but it is a cheaper plastic. The other one did feel a bit more robust, and I think it would probably protect the driver a lot better than just the fabric covering. Subjective thoughts, of course. You know, you might like this one better. I personally did kind of like the older one better. Now, in the back of the unit, there is an OLED display which you can control the volume, and then by pressing the blue button, you can change some of the features that you would find inside the app. And there's also a feature here, which is called the flip display. So if you want, you can flip it upside down. So if you are reaching over top of the subwoofer, you can actually go and read the menu, which would appear right side up. Other features include the SVS SoundPath wireless audio adapter, which would plug in there. There is an IR input as well as a trigger. There is the unbalanced RCA ins and outs, so you can loop these through to daisy chain multiple subwoofers. There's also a balanced XLR in and out, the main power switch, and the subwoofer is powered by a brand new dual mono design, so each of the 8-inch voice coils will be powered by their own Class D amplifier. Now, just like the previous SVS subwoofers, this one also has DSP, which also means it has an app, which you can download on either iOS or on Android. We're going to take a look at the Android app right now. So in the upper portion of the app, you can see you can connect a subwoofer here if you have multiples. Right now, I've got one of them connected. This is the home page. You can control the volume here from a -60 up to a 0 dB. There's a few different presets. Under options, this will take you to your options within the app. Next option here is going to be the low pass filter. You can turn that on or off. It's variable from 30 Hertz up to 200 Hertz. You can select the slope. Next option is phase, which is variable from 0 to 180 degrees. We've got parametric EQ with 3 different banks. You can turn that on or off here. You can change the frequency from 50 Hertz up to 200 Hertz. Change the boost, and then you can adjust the Q factor. The next section is room gain compensation. By turning this on or off, you can eliminate or help to eliminate some boominess that you have in your room from these selectable frequencies. We've got 25 Hertz, 31 or 40 Hertz. You can select the slope as well from 6 dB or 12 dB. Next option here is presets. We've got movie, music, custom, and then default. You can rename each preset here if you're making any changes to either preset, and then you can save it. And then the last option here is the system settings. From here, you can rename the subwoofer to make it easily identifiable if you have multiples. For subwoofer standby, we've got auto. You can keep it on all the time, or you can select the trigger option. And then the last option here is reset to factory defaults. Now, specs-wise, this has a brand new 17-inch driver, whereas the previous generation had a 16-inch driver. It's got a frequency response from 15 Hertz up to 320 Hertz. So within room response, I would expect it to go a fair bit lower than 15 Hertz. So we'll have to see. The subwoofer also does come in a ported version, the PB17. I elected to choose the SB17 because it is a smaller subwoofer and my back is getting really tired of moving giant subwoofers. However, this is still a really heavy subwoofer. It does weigh 124 pounds out of the box. Shipping weight is 136 pounds, so it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get it moved around into your house. But once it's out of the box, Yes, it's a little bit smaller, but it also weighs a ton. Now, this was just a quick look, just a quick overview video. I do have 2 of these in for review, so if there is something that you want me to cover, then definitely leave me a comment and let me know down in the comment section. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.